I included my Distin Ventilhorn a few weeks back, and I've returned to a similar instrument this week. This actually doesn't belong to me, but has been on very long-term loan from Jeremy Montagu, an eminent historian of so many aspects of musical life: horns, chauffeurs, percussion instruments. A really amazing chap who sadly passed away last year. So Jeremy lent me this instrument for very, very many years, so I've got to know it quite well. It's a Courtois saxhorn, and so it's a real gem. It comes in its original black wood case with a collection of terminal crooks and original mouthpieces, so it's a real special instrument. There's various medals from great exhibitions on the bell. The Paris Exposition Universelle from 1855 and 1867, and also the London Great Exhibition of 1862. As I say, Antoine Courtois of Paris, but this instrument was sold by the dealer Chappell's in London. Now, saxhorns were one of the great success stories of the 19th century. As the name suggests, it's an instrument designed by Adolphe Sax, the famous inventor of the family of saxophones, and it's got a lot of similar goals to the saxophone family. If you think of the modern brass family of trumpets, horns, trombones, tubas, they're all very, very different designed instruments. Yes, you play them by buzzing your lips faster and slower, and they're made out of brass, but some are conical, some are cylindrical, some have slides, some have piston valves, some have rotary valves. So it's not a very homogeneous group of instruments. And the idea behind the saxhorn family was, a bit like a consort of viols or a consort of recorders, that you'd basically have this family of instruments where it's the same design, it's the same idea, but you just get smaller and larger versions. And that creates the family of saxhorns. Now, this type of instrument you see today still surviving. This is basically the modern tenor horn that you'll see in a brass band. And that also points to a slight problem that we have of nomenclature with these instruments. I might refer to this as a tenor saxhorn because I'm British, and the E-flat instrument of that size we refer to as tenor. On the bell, it's called an alto horn. And you see that in general these instruments in France were referred to as alto, but even within countries you have great discrepancy as to which name you ascribe to which size, which can end up being a little bit confusing. So you often have to kind of like work out what the key of the instrument is and give it a name. But they're really fun instruments to play. And this week I've chosen a piece by the French cornet player Joseph Forestier, and he was initially a horn player, studied with Dauprin at the Paris Conservatoire, and then moved on to the cornet. Now, today we associate the cornet with trumpets, so trumpet players might be cornet players and vice versa, not horn players. But in the 19th century, as the cornet emerged, actually quite a sizable proportion of cornet players had come from horn playing rather than trumpet playing. And Forestier was famed, I think, as the solo cornet player for the Théâtre Italien and the Paris Opera, and also quite a notable teacher. He wrote countless pieces for the cornet and lots of pedagogical works. And what I've decided to play this week is a bit of the opening of one of his air variés, variations on a theme. This was written for cornet, but he also published it in a version for this little alto saxhorn. So we have an 1860s Antoine Courtois French saxhorn sold in the UK, playing a composition from about the same period. If you're enjoying me working my way through my collection of horns and associated instruments, do like on the social media and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then you can see all the new material that I'm posting as the weeks go by. Enjoy!